What if you were told that a beloved Beatle, Paul McCartney, actually died in 1966 and was replaced by a look-alike? Yes, that's the astounding claim that has stirred up the world of music for decades. This conspiracy theory, suggesting that the real McCartney met his untimely demise in the mid-60s and was subsequently replaced by a doppelganger, shocked fans and skeptics alike when it first surfaced. In the next few minutes, you will journey through the haze of this conspiracy, starting from its roots. This theory didn't just spring up overnight. It has a history dating back to the late 1960s. It was the autumn of 1969 when an American college newspaper first published an article suggesting that Paul McCartney, one of the most beloved members of the Beatles, had died 3 years earlier in a car crash and was replaced by a look-alike. This claim wasn't made lightly. It was backed by what they called evidence, a series of subtle hints that fans started noticing in album covers and song lyrics. The Beatles' album covers were dissected, scrutinized for hidden messages. Their lyrics, once regarded as simply poetic, were now being deciphered for hidden meanings. Each album was like a breadcrumb, leading the fans deeper into this maze of conspiracy. And so the conspiracy theory was born. It was no longer just a rumor in a college newspaper. It was a global phenomenon, discussed and debated in every corner of the world. This was only the beginning, and soon the rumor spread like wildfire. But what fueled this theory were the so-called clues fans began finding in the Beatles' music. The most intriguing part of this conspiracy theory lies within the music itself, the very heart of the Beatles' legacy. Fans have dissected song lyrics, album covers, and even the tracks played in reverse, hunting for evidence of the unthinkable, McCartney's demise. Take, for instance, the iconic Abbey Road cover. It's interpreted by some as a funeral procession, with John in white symbolizing the clergyman, Ringo in black as the mourner, George in denim as the gravedigger, and Paul, the barefoot corpse. An uncanny interpretation of a simple photo indeed. Then there's the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. The cover, a collage of people, includes a hand over Paul's head, a symbol of death in some cultures. What about the lyrics, you ask? Well, let's consider the track, A Day in the Life. The lyrics, "He blew his mind out in a car," spurred wild speculations. Was it a reference to a fatal accident, perhaps? Even playing Revolution 9 backwards, fans claim to hear, "Turn me on, dead man." A chilling message if true, but is it really there, or are we letting our imaginations run wild? These clues had people convinced that the theory was true, but was there any legitimacy to these claims? This question has kept fans and skeptics engaged in a debate that continues to this day. Opening. As captivating as this theory is, there are those who argue against it. Now let's dive into the counter-arguments. First and foremost, we have the man himself, Paul McCartney. He has repeatedly and emphatically denied the rumors of his death. He's appeared in countless interviews and live performances since the theory originated, which, unless we're living in a sci-fi movie, pretty much settles the matter. Then there's the lack of solid, substantial evidence. Critics argue that everything that's been presented as proof is purely speculative and open to interpretation. They ask, if McCartney did indeed die, wouldn't there be more concrete evidence, something more than just cryptic lyrics and album cover imagery? Lastly, the skeptics point out the human tendency to see patterns where none exist, a phenomenon known as apophenia. Could it be possible that fans are simply reading too much into innocent coincidences? Closing. So, is Paul McCartney really dead, or is this just an elaborate hoax spun out of control? The Paul McCartney Death Conspiracy is a testament to the power of rumor and speculation. We've journeyed through the birth of this conspiracy, delved into the supposed clues hidden within the Beatles' music, and even examined attempts to debunk this theory. An unbelievable claim, stemming from a radio DJ's offhand comment, spiraled into a worldwide phenomenon. The clues scattered throughout their music, from backmasked messages to cryptic album covers, have kept theorists intrigued for decades. However, these alleged signs are subject to interpretation and could be mere coincidences or playful antics of the band. Despite numerous debunking attempts, the conspiracy theory persists. Yet, it's crucial to remember, compelling as the theory may be, there's no concrete evidence to support it. We're left with speculation, intrigue, and a fascinating tale of one of the world's biggest bands. In the end, whether you believe in the conspiracy or not, one thing is for sure. The Beatles' music continues to live on, just like Paul McCartney himself.